Moore, and this is Sports Map Sports on the Rocks, where we drink great alcohol and interview local sports celebrities. My awesome co-host, Fred Fowler, whom you know so well. How are you, Fred?
Fantastic. Happy to be here.
Awesome, awesome. So where did the show idea come from?
Okay, well, I always wanted to be on Drunk History, and I've tweeted at Derek Waters several times, I want to be on Drunk History. I'm a big enough star. He ignores me. So I thought, okay, I'll come up with my own idea, which is sports and having drinks and talking sports. Because I think most people tend to be a little more honest when they've had a few drinks. I know I tend to be, or at least friendly. But the idea is that we would come in, have a few shots before the show, talk about some great alcohol, drink some great alcohol, which we're doing, and have a great guest, which we do have with Travis Johnson, former Texan, former Florida State star, who we'll have on in just a minute. But the idea is to do kind of a long-form combination of, if Drunk History had sex with Joe Buck's show, this would be what it is. That's the idea. So we're going to try to have some fun with it, have some great guests, and enjoy some fantastic whiskey. And before we get started, I want to thank our great sponsors, Whitmeyer's Distillery, which if you guys know, I am a big fan of Whitmeyer's. We have all their alcohol here. We have Thrive Plus, which you need to take if you're going to drink alcohol because it's a fantastic vitamin for that. And pickmeevents.com, if you're having a wedding or any kind of event where you're using Whitmeyer's and of course Thrive Plus, you're going to need Pick Me Events. So I want to thank our great sponsors for this, and we're going to have some fun with it.
Yeah. So I also know that you have some important announcement that you've been dying to tell everybody, so.
I am very excited about this because I have been wanting to tell the world about this for a long time. Well, at least for the last few months when we first came up with it. But the fact that we're here at Whitmeyer's for our inaugural show is not a coincidence, because these guys are not just sponsors, they're friends, and more importantly, they're business partners. And we are going to do a Fred Fowler Falcon Whiskey, signature whiskey, that is going to be done through the Whitmeyer's Distillery, that will be available before football season, because you've got to drink a lot of whiskey in football season, right? So I'm very excited. There's no one else I would rather work with to do this, and it is official. We are going to do it. And just excited as hell to make that announcement right here on Sports on the Rocks.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, I think we should drink to that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And of course they've got so many great whiskeys, but this one will be a little bit different because that's how we do things. But if you ever had Whitmeyer's, you know they're great. So you know this is going to be a badass whiskey, and we're going to do all kinds of cool things with this. So I'm very excited about it, and thank you for asking. Mm-hmm. Even though I told you to ask me, because I did want to mention that this is where we were going to announce the fact that I'm going to have my own whiskey. How cool is that?
That's freaking awesome. And
Yeah.
I actually love the spot too. I know that they're like creating everything for you, but this location is awesome.
It is. And they've got a great bar. If you haven't been out here, they've got a great bar that you can come out and drink, which of course we're doing now. You get to see all the stills and the barrels in the back. They do tours, and you'll hear about that later in the show when Travis comes on with Holly. But yeah, they've got a great setup here, and if you haven't been out here, you need to do it. Just make sure you Uber or you use some driving mechanism to get here, because I do want to point out that while we're all drinking on this show, none of us are driving. Okay, we all had people drive us here. Never drink and drive, but do drink, and then use Thrive, and you'll be fine. How's that?
Perfect. So we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have our first guest, former Florida State star and Houston Texan, Travis Johnson.
And Travis has been drinking already, so it'll be fun.
So it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're back. I'm with Fred Fowler and our special guest today, Travis Johnson.
Hello, Holly. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Very honored to have Travis Johnson here. If you don't know Travis, well, you don't know sports, but former Houston Texan, former Florida State Seminole, was one of the greatest athletes, frankly, of his class before he went to college. Which I always wanted to ask you this, because you wound up being a defensive lineman, but you ran the 100-meter dash. You played basketball. You were just one hell of an athlete.
Yeah, I mean, I believe, just like I teach my kids, you do everything, and it trains you for what you're supposed to do. I was a 10, 800-meter guy. I threw the shot put, played basketball, played baseball. I was a catcher in baseball. But I believe that everything you do gives you body language for what you're supposed to do, and I think it all helped me to be a better football player.
I wanted to ask, because whenever you Google your name, you're going to get somebody coming up with Texans' biggest draft bust.
The biggest draft bust, of course. I'm that guy.
But it's not really fair because you were never really healthy when you got it. I mean, you had a couple of healthy seasons, but for the most part, you had to deal with a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
Never really got a chance to be what you
Yeah,
could have been.
I dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, I had a hernia for 4 years. So I literally had a softball-sized hernia in my lower right ab, right above my two testicles. You know what I mean? So that didn't help anything. But and I thought, I'm a product of Coach Bowden. I'm one of Bowden's boys. Who Coach Bowden always says, you can't make the club in the tub.
Right.
So we always fight through everything. I'm okay. I'm gonna keep going, and that's what I did until the point where I realized it was deterring what I could be and what I was, and I coupled that with the fact that Houston Texans should have never drafted me. I mean, I was a 4-3 defensive lineman coming to play a 3-4.
Right.
That's not really the defense that I was used to playing, and also, which doesn't help my non-bust status, is the fact that Aaron Rodgers was drafted after me. So everybody looks at it saying, we could have drafted Aaron Rodgers. Well, no, you couldn't, because 3 years before you drafted David Carr.
Right.
And if we had a good offensive line, David Carr wasn't a bad quarterback. He just had in a bad situation. He was PTSD where he got beat to crap for the previous years and he just wasn't any good after the fact. But it is what it is.
Yeah, but I think people forget that. And the fact you had a hernia for 4 years, where do you make that decision where you say, maybe I should get this fixed and quit playing? Because that is a hard decision. You want to be out there on the field, and it's just like you were saying, if you can't make the team if you're in the tub. But at some point, do you think maybe earlier on you should have said, I just need to get this fixed?
Well, no, because I mean, the man in me was like, I'm going to keep going until, and during one of these off seasons, I'll have to get it done. But Fred, it was a day where I pulled my hamstring. It was 2009, I think maybe 2010. I pulled my hamstring, and Kubiak calls me upstairs. He goes, well, you got hurt because you're screwing around. You smoked a cigar and we got to practice. And I'm like, Coop, I smoke a cigar? I smoke 3-4 cigars a day.
How does that affect your hamstring?
How does it affect my hamstring? So I got hurt that day. He was like, okay, we're going to get it right. Well, it was 2 weeks. I got back healthy. Well, I come out he kind of punishing me because I missed all these workouts and everything. I'm a starter. There's no doubt in his mind. Well, he kind of punished me. He says, I want you to come to rookie minicamp and get some work in. I said, cool. He's like, I really only want you to take 20 reps on the entire day. And the third rep, I make a play, and Antoine Caldwell, who was the second round pick that year, I think maybe third round.
Third round, yeah.
He stopped in front of me, and I stopped, and I pulled up, and I tore my groin. So I felt that, and I was like, Jesus. I'm like, dude, and in this time, I hadn't drank, I hadn't smoked, all I've been doing is drinking water, exercising, and Gatorade. And I get hurt 3 plays into just getting some work in. So I said, I went to Kubiak and said, something is wrong with me. Something is seriously, physically wrong with me. Kubiak sends me to Missouri, sends me to St. Louis. I go to the Jewish hospital, and they come to find out I have a softball-sized hernia. And they were like, you probably had it for 3 years. Because when I came in that day, I felt like I had elephantitis. Like I felt like I was like Pedro Serrano. You ever watch Major League?
Oh yeah.
When he's a home run, I felt like I was holding up my pair, and it was an eye-opening experience because I felt like I should have voiced my problems. In NFL we're trained to say, I'm okay, I'm all right, I'll be all right, because we know the guy behind us might be better than us. The guy behind us makes plays, he might never come out. So that kind of has shaped my career, but you know what? Some people who know the game know what I've done. People who don't, they don't care. I don't care. Yeah. But I'm just glad I was able to provide for my family and my kids love it. I mean, I saw a kid today at HEB in Missouri City with a Travis Johnson jersey on. And when I saw 99, at first I thought, I was like, oh, this is a J.J. Watt jersey. You know, I'm like, oh. And I was about to stop him and say, did you have it when I wore it? And the kid went down to tie his shoe, and it said Johnson on the back of it. It made my day.
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
That is
definitely,
really cool.
it was definitely cool.
But you know, it's and you do some media stuff now and some other things, but it's when you see guys who don't get on the field because they're injured. So many people criticize them and say, "Oh, you need to be tougher, you need to be on the field." But as somebody who fought through that and went on the field when he wasn't 100%, does that color your opinion of other guys? When you say,
yeah, no.
maybe this guy's doing the right thing by not getting out there.
No question, Fred. I think we one thing is a saying in the league is you are what you put on tape. So regardless injured or not injured, you are what you put on tape. You never want to be bad. I mean, my college roommate, I tell him all the time, you are what you put on tape. He went out there hurt, played the Super Bowl hurt. He's out the league a year later. And it's unfortunate because they want us to play hurt.
Yeah.
But if we play bad hurt, they hold it against us.
Yeah, they want you to play well hurt.
Exactly. They want you to be Michael Jordan in the flu game.
Yeah, there's only one of those.
Exactly.
He didn't have the flu; he was hungover.
Exactly.
That's another story.
He definitely was. He lost $6 million that night.
Yeah, there's.
See, Fred, so you know. Because
Oh, yeah.
I know because I know somebody who was there.
I know guys who used to play poker with, so I
know guys who was in Vegas with him the night before. But we'll talk about that another night.
No, that's okay. But all right. So I want to ask you about Florida State, and as a follow-up, what do you think of Willie Taggart now that he's there? And then how do you think Jimbo will do at A&M?
Well, I'm a little biased to both
Yeah.
because Florida State, I want to say Willie Taggart's going to win every game we play because that's the confidence I have in Florida State.
Fair enough.
But I'm still not sold on his offense because I feel like at Florida State we should always run a pro-style offense. We all should run what we've run forever.
Well, and Jimbo did follow up with what Bobby Bowden
What
did.
Bobby Bowden
Yeah.
did, of course. What Coach B did. And Willie's not doing that. But Willie's his own man. He wants to set his own precedents, but he's still inviting in the old school guys. He's still inviting in the old school coaches. So that's always a great thing. I've been down there. I spent a week and a half down there in Tallahassee with Willie after he got the job, and he's a great man. He's a great teacher. He's a guy who doesn't get rattled. He stays in himself. So that's a great thing. I'm still not sold on the offense. So I say if they struggle this year, it wouldn't surprise me. If you lose 3, 4, 5 games, it wouldn't surprise me. With Jimbo, I think he'll lose a few games this year. And I say, A&M guys, be patient. Because Jimbo's going to lose a few games, but at the same time, he's getting his guys acclimated to what he does. He's getting his recruits in the building. And I give you 5 years to win national championship.
Wow.
So A&M guys, A&M girls, A&M gals, A&M misters. If you really think you're going to win a national championship, it's going to come within the 5 years. Because I believe, one thing I know, even though Jimbo Fisher left Florida State, I believe in it. Because I've seen what he does. I've been A&M right now. I have more A&M gear than I really wanted to have.
I'm so excited.
You got that gel number 16 slick back. That sucker goes well.
Oh, this is my old Italian mafia look. See, I half my family was Arabic, the other half was kind of involved in some stuff. So
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's you can ask Ollie about the whole Galveston Mafia thing. It's a real deal.
Yeah.
It's a Galveston Mafia.
Oh God, yeah. What do you think?
It happens.
Watch out. Don't come into that G County. We're back with Sports on the Rocks. I'm Holly Seymour, Fred Fowler, Travis Johnson.
And want to tell you about Whitmeyer's Distillery, which is where we're at filming the show. If you have not tried any of the Whitmeyer's products, then you're a horrible human being because their whiskey's fantastic. They do the Space City vodka if you like moonshine. Very happy to be here. Also want to thank Thrive Plus, our other sponsor. If you're going to drink, you need Thrive Plus because that way you're not going to feel bad the next morning. And also pickmeevents.com, which also sponsoring this show. Want to thank all of them for making this possible, and hopefully we'll be having a very long relationship with this show.
Hey, Fred, I'm not getting a check from Whit Myers. I'm not getting a sponsorship from Whit Myers. But I will say, these are 3 of the best whiskeys, scotches, and bourbons I've ever tasted.
Well,
And they're Houston grown. They're Houston sold.
let me
They're sold in my heart.
let me tell you the story about these guys because Chris Whitmire asked me to come out here and said, "Hey, we want
I like Travis Whitmire.
Oh,
Where's
well.
Travis at?
He's right over there.
His name is better than Chris. Talk about Travis,
Chris is like-
not about Chris.
They're both
Damn.
badass. But Chris called me and said, "Hey, we want to advertise on your show." And I'm like, "Well, I'll come try your stuff, but if I don't like it, it's not happening." Because I never take on anything I never endorse anything that I don't actually use or believe in.
Sure.
Yeah. So I come out here, they start pouring me all their stuff, and I'm like, holy F. Well, okay, holy fine. This is great stuff, and then we got to be friends, and they're friends and partners, and we've done a lot of stuff together. I love their families, they're good people, and I want the rest of the world to realize that they make the best products in this city by far, and I love doing business with them.
Yeah, I'm already drunk. So.
Are you?
I'm not drunk.
No.
Drunk is never my motivation.
Well, I'm a buck 25, so.
But you a buck 25. I see you, baby.
Oh.
Let me do them old
All right. You
squat.
All right.
got that one.
Start texting
You
us.
got that one. You got that
Okay.
one. You got that
You can
one.
text us nudes now. It's all good. All right, take it over, Holly.
All right. So I'm gonna ask some non-sportsy little awkward questions just to
Yes,
kind of get
ma'am.
things going. You ready?
Ask me if I'm gonna get something for my wife tonight. I hope I do.
That
All right,
wasn't
what if
in
you
there.
don't? Let me ask you a
but-
question though. What if you don't? Do you just like punch the clown or what?
Oh God.
Hey, I listen.
In the middle of
Hey,
this.
I had me time in the shower.
Go ahead.
It's for you.
All right,
I love you,
Travis.
baby.
So your fellow alumni got busted. Would you ever grope anyone in an Uber?
Never in an Uber,
So,
but I heard something about an Eagles tattoo.
Listen. You know what? I've talked to him. He said it wasn't him. He said a bunch of people in the Uber, and that the woman was trying to get some money. So I don't believe he did it. But at the same time, I would never grope. I would grope somebody in the Uber. My wife.
You sound like Black Weinstein, dude. You got to let them make the first move now. That's the
No,
problem.
not Black Weinstein. You know, listen. Baru ata arunai, Eloheinu melech haolam. You might think I'm a Jewish black guy, but at the same time, if it's my wife, I give her everything I have.
Is your wife Jewish?
No, she's not. She's a black girl from Flint.
Where'd you get all the Jewish?
I mean-
Because my kids are Jewish, so,
So-
I knew exactly
so
what you were
I
saying
am-
there.
I am-
Eloheinu means God. I got that one.
So, being an Inglewood kid, you see how Fred hit that. Fred hit like that.
Well, I got a big
But-
nose. I can't make this thing. I can't just like
No,
drink it like a normal person.
it's
I have to.
okay-
It has
it's
to be on
okay,
the side.
Fred.
Yeah.
So, Fred, when I moved out of LA, when I moved out of Inglewood, California, I moved to Oak Park, California, which is about 45 minutes from the beach, from Oxnard, from
So that north of LA,
it's
northwest.
northwest,
Yeah.
yes, of course. So,
northeast, I guess,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I live near Oprah, where her ranch is, and I was the only black guy in the Jewish community. So I've been to more bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs than I've been to birthday parties.
Interesting.
Yeah, very
No,
interesting.
That's very cool. No,
It is.
Seriously, I'm like-
So that's why when I said Baruch atah Adonai,
Eloheinu melech haolam. Yep.
I thought you were talking dirty
Understand
to me,
me?
but I don't know. I
So
was
she
like,
was
what?
like,
No, I knew exactly what I
hey,
was
so
saying.
she was
'cause-
like, oh, Trey, you giving me that business? I'm like, no, I've been to a bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah.
I was married to into a Jewish family for 15 years. My
So-
kids are Jewish, so I know all
Yeah,
that. So
so-
I knew exactly what you were saying the minute you did. That's why I was asking if your wife was Jewish.
For me, it's a great time. And I look at it as I'm an exception of those people that I grew up with. But I want to share it with everybody else. So that's why I make fun, but I kind of always extend my gratitude because
There's a respect there.
Of course, it's
Yeah.
a great respect.
Yeah.
Because being a kid from Inglewood, California, 323, I would never experience that without those kids from the 818, without being a Valley kid, without being a kid in the hills of Los Angeles.
See, Inglewood was where I spent the 2 months I lived in LA. I was trying to be a rock star. I wound up going to Hollywood Park.
What was your song? What was your name?
Oh no, we were in a band called Mercenary. I was lead singer, lead guitarist. We did like the baddest ass speed metal version of LaGrange by ZZ Top that you'll ever hear. I had long ass hair.
In the
But
back?
well, back then I had hair. I don't have hair now, but
I'm messing with you.
see,
Fred.
but no, see, you can pull off that look.
Fred,
I've been thinking about
I
shaving.
can't
You pull it off. I
see
can't.
this?
You know what? I look like a friggin' terrorist if I shave my hair, right? I mean, that's, I'm friggin' half Arabic. If I shave my head, they're gonna be like, oh no, you
what?
can't go through the airport anymore,
Our
Fowler.
producer Remy shouldn't go through the airport based on his name alone.
Well, no, I agree with you.
His name alone should stop him in every airport and twice in LaGuardia.
Plus, is he not the scariest looking white dude you've ever seen? Doesn't he look like he's gonna walk in one
No,
day?
the scariest white dude I ever seen was the white dude that showed up ready to whoop my
Really? I want to hear about this.
So my freshman year in high school, 96, 97, 96, being a black kid in a Jewish community, it was before right now. So they weren't as accepting as it was to black guys, white guys, Jewish guys. So it was a friend of mine, a Jewish guy. He actually won the California State Council. He's one, I think, senator or one of them, Jesse Gabriel. And he was on the other end of the campus. I hit him with Black Power. I said, you know what, Black Power, brother. He's a Jewish guy. He got a Jewish fro. You know.
Oh, yeah, I know the Jewish fro. Yeah, my son had a Jewish fro for a
Yeah.
while.
So, and he laughs it off. I get a guy that comes and tells me, say, hold that stuff down. Hold what down? We don't need all that black stuff out here.
Oh man.
So the guy tells me
You're
this.
just having fun. What the?
Because I'm like, I'm literally one of 4 black people in this entire community. My sister is is the other one. My homeboy is the other one. And his sister is the other one. That's 4. So it was a great time. And it was, when they brought it out, I'm like, dude, I'm just having a good time. I ain't never had to fight these guys. So that's why I said what I said, but let's move on.
Well, no, but I want to ask you this because what the hell? Why? First off, we're kids. We wind up getting in fights, but what's the point? I mean, why are they picking a fight with you? You were
You know
making
what?
a joke.
You
You
know
were
what?
being
I would never
funny. You
pick
were
a
being
fight
cool.
with you.
Why are they picking a fight? Is it just because?
They feel like, one, I felt at the time, like, one, I'm soft. They think I'm soft.
I can't see that, but okay.
Two,
But I didn't know you at 18, so I can't speak.
this was at 13, 14.
Oh, okay, yeah.
My freshman year in high school.
Okay, yeah, that's
So I'm not a retard. So I mean, shit, I'm not slow.
You never go full It's okay.
You heard him and you heard him. Never go.
Well, that's gonna be.
But
No, it's not.
it's another movie.
It's going to be bleeped. That's our 4th movie reference, by the way. I'm very proud of us.
So
I did pick a fight.
So, Robert Downey Jr. said, you never go go ahead. Look at Forrest with it. Look at Forrest. Hey, look at Tom Hanks. It's Forrest. He went half. He but he can run. He ran out of that. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, that was pretty
Look at
badass.
Ray Man. He but he can count. You know what I'm saying? Same difference.
All right.
I know you have no idea what's going on here, but that's
I
freaking
don't watch
hilarious.
movies, but I can dig it.
So
Because we got to get you on movies, man. She
I
doesn't.
don't
You're
watch
not you're not a movie
movies.
girl?
No.
No, I don't have to.
No, she
watch
should watch
movies.
Wolverine with those freaking claws she's got.
I
but
watch
yeah.
of
replay of the Super Bowl. Okay, I don't watch movies.
You watch what, baby?
I watch the replay of the Super Bowl. That I just my team.
because
that
listen,
I
hey,
played
Khalil.
in.
See, I'm part owner in a dealership. Hey, I know a guy that owns part. that owns a dealership as well, he's a diehard Eagles fan. And if he wasn't my friend, I'd spit on him. Because I'm like, dude, chill out. Accept your wins and go about your business.
But it's been a really long time since we got that many wins.
Yeah, from when
I can't, like, what about Patriots? Like, I can't, like, savor in it? Like, I can't just, like,
It's a win.
give it a minute.
Y'all
A
might win
great
next
win.
year.
That was the best day of my entire life.
We're going to take a quick break because we do have questions for you that she hasn't gotten to yet, which actually means the show's going well because we're having too much fun. But we need more drinks, and we're going to get to her non-sportsy questions. Quick break, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back, guys. I'm Holly Seymour, Fred Fowler, Travis Johnson. We're doing the fun part of the show. We're all guessing what our BAC level is, and we're currently blowing. Don't take that the wrong way, but everybody is like blowing right now and guessing. So, Fred, you guessed.
0.11.
Travis, you guessed.
0.16.
He lied because earlier before the commercial, he said 0.10.
Right. Yep, he needs another drink. All right, now it's Holly's turn.
And I guess 0.12. But Travis is still blowing.
Yeah,
on
he's
it, so.
still like
He's
really
trying
likes
to
that.
win.
Oh, all right, 1.7.
Okay, 0.17, which is basically twice the legal limit. Okay.
So Travis has to get a ride home.
But I want to point out, wait,
sponsorship.
time out.
Well, there went our
No one is
sponsorship.
driving home. We all have rides. Travis is getting a ride home courtesy of pickmeevents.com. Pick Me Events, if you're having a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a quinceañera, any of those things, you need to call Michael. He'll take care of you. He's got a great friggin' photo booth. So pickmeevents.com. How did I do that?
Fred. What happened to my
Is that
108
gonna
proof?
Yeah, well, no, you got to push the button.
Okay. And
All right, when it counts down to 0, you go.
stopping.
I love
that.
this idea.
Hold
I
up.
have to say, no, it's yours. No, it's fine. No. I love this idea.
All right.
And okay,
Oh,
let's see.
stop. I'm a
0.16.
Is that weak?
No, that's not bad. You were close to what you
Hey, I'm
said.
kind of like what you are.
That's exactly where I was.
A little bit.
Texas.
I mean, look, I paid $50 for this in a fucking
Somebody
Walgreens.
call the police
Okay?
right now.
Actually, that's a lot.
I
That's like
don't-
blood pressure.
I don't know if it's in a
Somebody
good-
call the police right now. Fred, are you driving?
He's
No.
way over a 0.16 or
driving?
whatever.
No, I'm not. None of us
That
are
lovely
driving.
lady over there to the right. is-
Hey,
Yeah, you know what? I
Hey,
love
hey,
her, but she
Fred,
has a
hey,
husband,
Fred.
so I can't really love her.
Here-
It's very
here-
weird.
Hey, here's why I
Travis
introduce.
can.
Can I introduce this right now? It's gonna be 0.17.
It's going to be 0.17?
That's what you say?
It says Florida. You're from Florida?
Oh, no. It didn't work. I got to try it again. It's all good. Thank you.
God.
Thank you, Rachel.
That's
Rachel, you got to teach me.
Yeah, you're going to have to teach me because I'm not good at this. Rachel's a bartender and a good friend of ours.
0.16.
6.
So who won?
Oh!
So who won? Did I win? I was 0.16 too.
Well,
All three of us 1.16. I mean, that shit don't work.
no, it just means we've all had the same
Hey,
amount of
you
alcohol.
had-
We're twice
Hey,
the
listen.
legal limit.
Hey, cameraman. Hey,
right.
tune on me. I'm the captain now.
Oh my God. Send help. Send
Look
help.
at me. I am the
Good
captain now.
Okay.
That Fred and Holly bought didn't work.
Hey, Holly didn't do any of that. I just drink
Shut
and blow.
Shut.
I drink and blow.
Shut.
See,
That means
don't
all of
say
you
you drink
work.
and blow because that's really awkward and
I mean, all of you
uncomfortable.
work. Can I get
So-
a scotch?
All right,
right.
we have to end the show. Yeah, I want one of those too, by the way.
T-Man, my man.
This has been Sports on the
bad.
Rocks. Brought to you by Whitmire's Distillery.
Brought to you by Pick Me Events.
And Travis
Thrive
would
Plus.
say Thrive Plus, but he blew up 0.17. So, and sportsmap.com, of course. If you don't check the site, check us out for a million different things, not just this awesome show.
I'm trying to blow 3.0.
And one day he's gonna blow a 3.0. I thought it was your GPA, 3.0, 0.30.
I know. I'm dyslexic.
Whatever. Until next time, we'll catch you guys.
Keep drinking.